Hello, Facebook land. Hello, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this day with this topic of whose voice are you listening to? And we'll just wait for some of my friends to come on board because I have an exciting announcement for you as well. So, that question about whose voice you're listening to can be taken either negative or positive, right? Because sometimes people go, well, yeah, that voice doesn't sound very good, the one I've been listening to. But I'm talking about the voice that is your higher self, your voice that is your intuition, your voice that says, I have the perfect life for you. I know what the perfect life for you is. So that's what we're going to be discussing today shortly. And then I'm going to tell you about a brand new thing that I am developing to help you. Hello, Professor Roy. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you. So we're talking about whose voice are you listening to? And I'm just going to wait a few more minutes because there's a couple of people that really wanted to be on this live broadcast. And then I'll make the announcement about something I'm developing just for you guys. And some of you know that I have a special group called the High Vibe Tribe. And this is a tribe where, hey Tony, nice to see you, Tony. Man, I admire you, Tony. So I do have a special group called the High Vibe Tribe where we vibrate high in there. And I'm able to coach and I'm able to support, and we're all coming together like-minded. Tony is a like-minded soul. Tony, if you guys don't know Tony, follow him. The things he posts are relevant and are potent, and they are truth. So Tony, thank you for being part of this broadcast, and thank you for what you do. Thank you for your hearts. Oh, that heart. And thank you for your heart, Tony. You are a man that is in tune, and I so appreciate that. And Professor Roy, you are such a connector. Thank you for being part of my Facebook Live and Facebook friends for a couple of years now. So guys, back to whose voice are you listening to? It's so important. Like, I can't even express how important it is that you understand that you have a higher self, that you're tapped in, tuned in to your intuition all the time. And that's your voice that you want to be listening to, is your intuition. Because if you're not listening to your intuition, who and what are you listening to? Good question. Whose voice are you listening to? And if you're not tapped in to that intuition, what you're doing is listening to what you've already programmed with inside you and what's already in there. So you're regurgitating those thoughts and those beliefs over and over and over again. So this is the special thing that I'm about to do for you guys, and I'll let you know in a minute. But Professor Roy, are you still on board here? Are you still here? Just give me a sign that you're here and that you're listening, that I can maybe ask you a question. Same with you, Tony. Hello to you. My goodness, Madeline, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining. And Tony, if you're still here, just give me a sign that you're here, because I so admire everything that you stand for and everything you post. And Madeline, I was on her show a few months ago. It was an incredible show. We really broke through some barriers on that show. And I talk about the same concepts whenever I do speaking engagements, television, film, webinars, and courses. And it all relates back to you and your connection to you, your connection to that higher source, your connection to God, source, energy, whatever you want to call it. Everything always relates back to you. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I'm sure the ones that are watching this live feed right now have noticed, the energies have changed so much lately that our connection is much easier than it ever has been before. Like ever before. People that don't know how to connect and haven't connected before, And once they're shown how, are connecting just like that. Because I remember years and years ago, guys, that I remember trying to connect, and it was like, where is you? Where is this connection? Where is you, God? Where are you? I can't seem to find this connection. But today, let me tell you, it's easier and easier and easier. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up and let you know that I will do another live event and tell you about a new project that I'm working on to help you to connect to that higher self, to connect to that voice, to connect to that wisdom. And it's going to be set in a format that I can interact with you. So I think that's so important. Rather than, you know, a program where it's just video or it's just workbooks. This is a program where I get to interact with you, help you, and support you. Oh, you are there, Professor Roy. Great to listen to you live. You're an inspiration, motivation, blessing to all of us. Love you, Judy. Take care. Thank you, Professor Roy. That means a lot to me. Thanks, Madeline. So, Madeline, how are you doing these days, girl? How's the show going? Let me know how that's going. I love when you guys interact with me. It doesn't feel like, it feels like I'm not alone out here. So anyway, back to whose voice are you listening to? Like, I can't express how important this is, that you learn to hear this for yourself. And this is what I'm going to be able to teach you, the simplistics of learning how to tap in, tune in, and turn on to that voice that's always, always there for you. It's never, never not there. Maybe you've just forgotten how to use it. Maybe you've kind of set it on the back burner while you've lived your life. So let's get into a new space, a new time. It's a new era. It's a new world. And let's tap into that voice that is so unique, that is so ready to take you to your life's purpose and your life's passions. So guys, sure, let me know. I have some, I'm actually freeing up some space this fall and for the rest of the summer for a few new clients, Madeline, and also for some more of these courses and programs I'm going to do to help people, to support people. And because there's so many people that are awakening, that are coming into their purpose, that are realizing why they're here on the planet, they need like-minded people and group support and community support. So that's what I do in my High Vibe Tribe Facebook group, is support. And I have about 94, almost 100 people in there. Professor Roy, I think you're part of the group. And what I do is support in there, give inspiration and motivation, and support and guidance, because it's so needed. Hey, Holly. I love my Holly Brooks. She is an incredible student of mine, and talk about tapping into intuition. You know, when my students and clients hire me, one of the first things we do is talk about, who are you? Where did you leave yourself behind? And let's get back in touch with who you are. And Holly will attest to that for sure. So Madeline, yes, give me a call or text me and we'll get that booked and see how we can rock that show again, because it was so much fun. Thanks, Holly. I love you too. It's good to see you here. So Holly, we were talking about whose voice are you listening to? And, you know, as I was saying with all my students, it's paramount, and part of what we do in our sessions together and in our programs together is learn to tap in and turn that voice on, to turn those signs and wonders on, to turn that part of you that is your connection to source energy, that is your connection to everything here, is why you're here on this planet. And yes, it was. Thanks, Madeline. And so how do we do that? How simplistically do we do that? And I know, so, you know, everyone here, I'm sure, Tony, Madeline, Holly, and Professor Roy, you all are tapped in to your intuition. Elizabeth, I guess I was meant to be here. I log into Facebook and you are automatically there. Looking forward to learning more. Thanks, Elizabeth. You know, I am such a catalyst, let me tell you. And those that know me well know that when I show up in people's lives, things start to happen immediately. Divine synchronicity is always at play, Elizabeth. So no, you were meant to be here. You called it forth and I was here for you. So Elizabeth, I'm going to suggest that, and I will put in this post when I'm done here, the High Vibe Tribe Facebook group I have. And it's to support and connect all the like-minded people and the topics that I'm talking about today as well. So I'd love to have you in there. So yes, as I was saying, I would imagine each one of you in here listens to your intuition, listens to that higher voice. Hey, Kim, nice that you joined. And, you know, developing that intuition is key to living your life of purpose. Because when your intuition's turned on and you're tapped in, you know what your higher purpose is. You know where you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to talk to. Elizabeth, your intuition was dead on when you logged in and I automatically appeared. So, you know, you were using your intuition consciously or unconsciously. So in your case, Elizabeth, because you didn't realize that it was unconscious. So what I help my students and clients do is help them, teach them, train them how to use their intuition consciously, on purpose, for everything. From the places they're to go, the people that they're to meet, their positions that they're to create, their programs they're to create, their passions, where they are supposed to be in their life, what relationships they're supposed to have. And it's so key important these days as we shift into this quotation marks new world that's happening, is that we're tuned in all the time. We're on that frequency that is best for our highest good, and of course the highest good of all, which is this planet. So guys, I will stay on for about another 5 to 10 minutes if anybody has any questions about your intuition, or if you're having trouble tuning in, or if you have the wrong station tuned in and you're wondering what some of those voices are. And you know, part of the program that I'm going to be developing and actually initiating within the next few weeks is how to tell the difference between your intuition and your impulses and your thoughts, because that's important. Because I think a lot of us sort of go, okay, I think that was my intuition, but was I just thinking that? Or was that truly my intuition? So what I help you do then is help distinguish that very easily. And also, you know, I give you activities of how to increase your spiritual activity, because that's important. Because it's like anything, you need to practice. Practice. You've practiced everything else in your life to become an expert at it, to become good at it. So let's practice your intuition. So I help you with that too. So Holly, thank you for being here, and Madeline and Professor Roy and Tony Suggs and Elizabeth and Kim. And if you guys are still here and have any questions, please ask me, because I'm going to stay for a little bit. April, hi. This is exactly what I was wondering this morning. Again, divine synchronicity again, right, April? Man, this is awesome. I love the validation that I get when Spirit tells me to do something and I follow through and do it. And then both you and Elizabeth, April and Elizabeth come on and say, bam, this is exactly what I needed to hear. Yes. Oh, Holly, thank you. Holly, I'm honored that you are part of my life, girl. Like, you have been one of the best students, and it's just amazing to see the growth that happens with you. It's just so amazing. I love it. Thank you, Madeline. And April, I was telling some of the other people that are on here live that I do have a Facebook group where we talk about intuition, where I coach, where I support and motivate, and it's called the High Vibe Tribe. And I think I put a post up on my page yesterday about joining the High Vibe Tribe. So if it's something that resonates with you, and you can ask your intuition if this is something that is meant for you, I'll put the link up when I'm done here in the comments, and feel free, if it resonates and it feels right with you, to join High Vibe Tribe. You can check my Facebook post yesterday, and or I'll put it in there. So back to, you know, whose voice are you really listening to? Again, I can't stress enough that you've got to train yourself, practice in listening to that higher self, listening to that intuition. That intuition is who you are. You are source energy. You're always connected to source energy, and that intuition is constantly turned on. You can't turn off spirit. You can't turn that off. You may push it aside and ignore it, which a lot of us do, you know, and then once in a while you hear, man, I had a gut instinct, or I had a gut feeling that that was happening. Yeah, that's your intuition. So then my purpose for doing this live event, and for doing the new program I'm about to launch, and for the High Vibe group, and for my clients and students, is to help them tune in, tap in, and turn on that intuition so that it's always there during the whole day for you. So that You get to use it for everything. What you eat, what you think, where you need to go, the people you need to see, the events you need to be at. Every single thing for your intuition. Kim says, also validating, I wasn't going near my office this morning, but randomly walked in and clicked on Facebook just as you were starting. Thank you, Kim. And yes, it seems like it's random, doesn't it, Kim? But what I teach you guys is there's nothing random about anything. Your higher self set this up for you, Kim. You know, random, that word randomly isn't even a word in the spiritual dictionary, because everything is set up by the law of attraction, divine synchronicity, by your subconscious, by your conscious, whatever you want to use. You were calling out, Kim, for some information, for some guidance, for support, some validation about your intuition, about your path, about your life. And so your subconscious set you up so that when you came near the office, even though you weren't going to, and you turned on Facebook, I was there just for you. Isn't that cool? So Kim, you're using your intuition. You just didn't understand that you were using it. Hi, Swami. Nice to see you, and thank you, Swami, for being part of the High Vibe Tribe. You are a treasured source in there. I honor you. I honor your spirituality. I honor the person you are, and I honor your passion and purpose in life, and I thank you for being here and being part of the High Vibe Tribe. So, girls and guys, isn't this cool, the way this happens? And I love to take the spiritual complicatedness, there's a word, and break it down into simplistic language in easy terms so that we can look at it and absorb it and understand it. You know, so when we do this, it's much easier to integrate into our lives. It's much easier to understand how our intuition isn't something that you have to meditate on for years and it just sort of happens. That it's there for you 24/7. It's who you are. It's your connection to source. That's your spirit. Thank you, Madeline. And it's always, always there. And we just haven't practiced it enough. So that's what I'm here to teach you guys. So a new program coming up, hopefully within the next week. It'll be a 3-part program. I will do it in a special Facebook group. I will do it live just like this so that I'm with you right here live, and that the special group of you have opportunity to ask questions and interact. We will also do either teleconference calls if we need to, where we can come on as a group, but we're going to do this in a way that's going to support and enlighten each and every person that's part of this in a new way, in a way that it isn't like you're left to learn on your own, that the integration that you're going to get from this group is going to be smash on from the minute you sign up, the minute you're in the group. Your intuition is already going to be heightened and ready to use. And we use real life examples, we use real things that we practice with, so that when you're done that course, that program, you're going to know what your intuition is. You're going to know what it feels like. You're going to know how to use it. You're going to have practiced it enough and have examples and validation for yourself that you can start to live your life from your higher self, always connected, always knowing that you are in the right place at the right time, that the things that are happening to you are because of you and no one else and not the world. You have designed everything that's happening to you and has happened to you. And that's pretty special, guys. When you have or be that awareness, maybe that's what I was trying to say. When you be that awareness and come to that awareness, your life changes. It automatically changes, because that connection that you have can never be broken again. And not that it is, it's just you've set it over to the side. But that connection, you would never want to lose it. You would never want to forget it. You would never not want to use it anymore. So I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about presenting this, because it's been such a heavy world lately with a lot of things happening, and people have lost hope. And those that are searching are really searching to really get in tune with themselves. They're saying, you know what? I need my life differently than it has been. I need something to change in my life. I need to live my passion, because if not, I'm out of here. And I know there's a lot of people that I've ran into, that I've heard from, that have given up, and have left the planet. A lot more going. And then there's those that say, oh, I randomly came and walked by, and as April says, I know I was meant to be here because I just logged into Facebook and you were automatically there. So there are those people that are waking up to a higher purpose and going, I get it, I get it. It's fun, isn't it? It's going to be so much fun. So I thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will take a few minutes to answer any questions that you may have. And then, yes, I won't forget to put the link in, but is there any questions about your intuition? Is there anything you want to say about your intuition? I'm just going to grab a sip of water here. By the way, water is one of the key elements to heightening that intuition. And I teach about that as well. Some of the things, these simple things you need to really become aware of your intuition. You can hamper your intuition in many ways as well. Okay, so no questions. Then again, thank you guys. I'll just wait a second because I know there's always a lag time in by the time you're typing to the time it actually comes up on my screen, and then I read it and then respond. What a perfect live event here today with you guys, like perfect audience. When when Spirit told me to do this morning, I went, okay, Spirit, I just believe and know that the right people are going to be there, whether it's 1 or 100, doesn't matter. The right people will be there, and just bring them. And look what's happened. This is amazing because I just know how this works, and it's constant validation and clarification, guys. It's just amazing. Thank you, April. Hearts to you too. So, if nothing else, I will put the link for the High Vibe Tribe group in the comment section. And I wish for each and every one of you a high vibe day. Raise your vibrations, guys. Learn to practice your intuition. Stay tuned for more lives from me. I don't know what to call it yet. More live what? Or more Facebook videos. No, they're not a video. They're actually more Facebook lives, I guess I can call it, from me, and the announcement of my simplistic but awesome program about intuition that's coming up. So have yourself a beautiful rest of the day wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.